Good day. It's your brother Van Silk. I'm outside. So, in conversation-wise, I was thinking, let me go back and bring up a topic that I was talking about early on about the ICE agents. And I always was wondering, because I'm using my common sense. Yes, Bird, are these ICE agents real? Are they fake? Because as I was watching Don Lemon yesterday in Chicago, I'm thinking that these were the ICE agents at the protest yesterday, and they were actually state police. And then you have the city police that wear the blue uniform, the state police have the brown uniform, and then you have the ICE agents. So the ICE agents are basically out there for immigrants. My only problem with the ICE agents, again, as we're going to check out, and I'm taking a walk, and I'm having these tears come down on my face because I'm taking chemotherapy. I'm just trying to figure out the ICE agents. Like, are a lot of these ICE agents real agents? Or are they just people that were hired to go out here and snatch people off the street because they look a certain way and bring them to the proper authorities so they could process them? Because I look at a lot of these ICE agents, they look very untrained. I think some of them might even be the Proud Boys. They could be, because covering their face with the mask, I mean, anybody can get that stuff from Amazon, the whole kit. But my whole thing comes down to, again, where's the due process if you are here in this country to not just get snatched up, but also to get just sent to another country that you didn't come from? But this is the times that we're living in right now, and I just want to know how many people are using their common sense. Now, as I was looking in Chicago yesterday, I'm looking at a lot of people reporting this morning, oh, well, the protests in the Chicago police got into, I mean, all I've seen, and I watched Don Lemon yesterday, thank you, Don, is that the state police was telling them to move back, move back, move back. Now, I'm looking at some of these people out here, and I'm using my common sense. I think a lot of these people are paid actors to go out there to antagonate the police. Because I'm saying, what do you have in this fight? Because I'm looking at them. And I think they're out there to agitate the police, just like how this administration is out here antagonizing people in certain states. And I watched Don Lemon yesterday, and as they told the police told everybody to get behind the barrier, which they did. And when they told them it was time to go home, the people did go home. Now, whatever people want to report to keep this going, because we know people are not using their common sense because they see and believe any and everything that somebody will post. Instead of, like I said, do your research, do your fact checking, use common knowledge, use common sense. Watch Don Lemon most of the day yesterday live, and he was right there where the state police was. And when they told the people it was time to go home, the people did disperse. But there might have been an incident that happened down at the ICE facilities. But I'm gonna say to the people right now, the way to win this war is we know that ICE is gonna do what they're gonna do. Let the governors and the state politicians fight it. Go to protests that are organized by the senators and the state councilmen in the city. Don't go out there by yourself, because you're giving this administration exactly what they want, so he can come up with an insurrection. I'm gonna tell you this right now. If you don't go out, they won't come out. All you're doing is wasting taxpayers' dollars with all those state troopers that was out there yesterday. I call them state police. They were state police trooper hats. I looked up the uniforms. But just be careful, because there's a lot of fake ICE agents running around here, and we know that. And I'm going to show you in the regurgitating an old post that I made about fake agents and fake ICE agents. So this is Van Silk with Common Sense. Check out topic on fake ICE agents. There's a lot of them out here. There's a lot of fake police officers running around here. And you know, thank you to Don Lemon. Yesterday, you captivated the audience and the people, and they do miss you. So y'all make sure you subscribe to my Rumble channel, Common Sense with Van Silk, and the YouTube channel will be going up soon. Y'all have a blessed day, and I'm gonna have a blessed day.
Everybody be careful out there. There's now masked men who are pretending to be ICE agents or law enforcement, and they're grabbing women, and unfortunately there's already been 2 rapes, one in North Carolina and one in Maryland. There was an attempted rape in New York, and that guy then assaulted and robbed a woman when the attempt failed. And they're all saying the same thing, either law enforcement or ICE. They're mainly targeting Latino women. One of them had a fake badge, the others didn't have a badge. But the problem is ICE goes around in mass with no badges. So when a masked man comes in with a badge, no badge or a fake badge, there's no way for women to know whether they're law enforcement or not. So if you don't cooperate with law enforcement, they're going to add a lot of charges to your accounts. But if you do cooperate, turns out it's not law enforcement, it's a total disaster. That's why law enforcement and ICE should never, ever be in mass. You should always represent a badge. That's how we do it in America.
You guys are not even ICE. You need to identify yourselves.
That woman needs a freaking Nobel Peace Prize, because I was going to say those are fake police uniforms from Spirit Halloween.
I mean, all across the country, immigrants are being arrested by federal immigration agents who provide little to no identification and who are frequently masked. Unfortunately, we don't even have to speculate about the dangers of that practice. We know them. In late January, a man in North Carolina was arrested for allegedly pretending to be an ICE officer to sexually assault a woman. In April, a woman in Florida was arrested for allegedly posing as ICE to kidnap her ex-boyfriend's wife. And just last week in Philadelphia, there was this.
This man was posing as a federal immigration officer when he walked into this car repair business right next door to the Philadelphia Police 15th District and Northeast Detectives and robbed it Sunday afternoon. The man wearing a badge, blue latex gloves, a tactical vest saying security law enforcement agent with a black baseball hat and sunglasses on. This second surveillance photo shows him when he zip-tied the cashier, who told me she's from the Dominican Republic, a legal resident since 2007, and says every time she turned around to try to get a good look at the man's face, he strongly twisted her around, bruising her arm, telling her he was with immigrants.
As ICE agents carry out the sweeping immigration crackdown President Trump has ordered in cities across the country.
Where are you from, Mexico? You from Mexico?
A warning tonight from authorities about people impersonating those agents.
You're going back to Mexico.
In a video shared widely on social media, a South Carolina man police have identified as Sean Michael Johnson is seen telling the Latino driver of this truck he's going to be sent back to Mexico.
No, you cannot drive, bro. You have not a license. No, you cannot.
At one point, taking the keys out of the ignition, dangling them in front of the driver, and mocking his accent.
I don't be speaking that pig Latin in my country, bro.
Johnson, who police say tried to report the driver for not having a license, was charged with kidnapping and impersonating a federal officer after the video circulated.
Do you know the difference between a real ICE agent and a fake one? Can you tell if you're being approached by a real ICE agent or a fake one? Well, apparently no one can. Multiple men have impersonated ICE agents to kidnap and assault women. Fucking shocker. How shocked are we that sicko men are using ICE to harm women? In a letter shared with Huffington Post, the Democratic Women's Caucus urged DHS to mandate ICE agents to visibly and clearly identify themselves. Why is this not a bipartisan thing? Like, why are only Democratic women trying to protect women? Isn't that odd? That's not weird to y'all? House Democrats are urging the Department of Homeland Security to mandate the immigration officials clearly identify themselves when conducting arrests. The demand comes in the wake of multiple reports of men impersonating ICE agents to kidnap and assault women. It's almost as... Never mind. I'm not going to say that. Let's continue reading. There have been at least 3 instances of men impersonating ICE agents in order to hurt women. A North Carolina man... Have you all heard this story at all? Because I haven't. But let's continue. A North Carolina man reportedly posed as law enforcement and threatened to deport an immigrant woman before he kidnapped and raped her. Excuse me? In Maryland, a man allegedly approached a Latina woman in a parking lot, flashed a fake badge, and told her to get into the car, faced deportation. He reportedly raped her. This is where we are. Let me know in the comments if you've heard this or not. And you all please stay safe out there.
Man, I just realized something. They got all these people running around talking about their ICE agents. Wait a second. Anybody could be an ICE agent. Matter of fact, I think I might become a Homeland Security or ICE agent. Sure, I was just on eBay this morning. I can get me an ICE agent, a Homeland Security t-shirt. I can get me a gun belt. I can get me a badge. I can get me the fake police tactical mask. I can get 20 people and we can just get in the truck, ride around and just grab people. But guess what? That's not mine. That's not what I would do. But you know what? I think that's what they're doing. I think the real ICE agents are in cahoots, especially a lot of these white boys that want to be police officers. So bad, because they're the only ones that be out here impersonating police officers. And see, when you black, you got these white boys with their tattoos. And I want to know, a lot of y'all got tattoos, especially a lot of your white police officers. What do those tattoos mean? Are they any of those, in your world, were y'all in gangs or the Ku Klux Klan or Proud Boys? But I know one thing. Why is Amazon allowed to sell this type of stuff? I think what's going on, a lot of these Caucasian and white boys, especially the racist one, y'all done got together with the local police departments in your areas or whatever, and they're allowing y'all to roam the streets and do this shit. That's why you'll wear a mask, because you can't identify who picked you up or kidnapped you. So this is what they do. Scenario. I think what they're doing is, because these white boys together, they got these Ford 150 pickup trucks. Now you're allowed to have a certain kind of lights that look like police lights, but you can't. There's certain lights that you can put, but this is what they do. And you can get the vest, just to let you know. They're rounding up people illegally, and they're taking them to wherever they're supposed to take them legally. And they're going through the legal process. But you was kidnapped illegally by a bunch of people who are probably not even federalized to do this, because it's unorganized. Trump said he's going to march with the military. Man, you had a bunch of guys standing around looking at you. And what's going to happen is Trump is going to create a civil war right within the military. You're going to have a lot of people in the military that ain't for this. And you're going to have a lot of those that's for it. You're going to have a lot of illegal people that are not even federalized or taking the oath to be able to do what they do. And I have a feeling in a lot of these states, semi-rural areas, where they're getting a list from the police department or ICE people. Here's an area of where immigrants are. Y'all go round them up, make sure you got your mask on. Here's the Mayberry RFB badge. Yeah, you can buy a badge off of Amazon too. I'm gonna show y'all all this while I'm talking. And y'all grab them, bring them to us, and we'll process them. But you don't know who's picking you up. That's why they got their face covered. What should be against the law? Police officers shouldn't be allowed to wear dark shades when they approach you in a stop. They should be able to look you out of eye contact. What if you had shades on? First thing they'll ask you, are you drunk? Are you okay? Do you need help? They want to ask you all these questions. Don't ask any questions. If they ask you to step out the car, of course, they want to use the Supreme Court rule and law, Philadelphia versus Mims. They're always going to try to find a way. But I'm also going to say, a lot of you black young men out here, why don't y'all go and apply and get a job as a police officer? You don't want to run around the streets, cause havoc. During DC, destroying people's businesses because people don't want to go out now. Talking about, oh, DC is safe. DC, certain parts, it's always been safe. Trump wants to build a military around him, so when shit jump off, you got to penetrate all the bullshit that he set up. And I'm going to say this again. You can go on Amazon and eBay and you can buy all the equipment and get you some khakis and all that, and you become an ICE agent. You become Homeland Security. We don't know what the official shirts even look like or what an official badge look like. So once you could discard that with the mask, the tactical mask, I bet you a lot of this bullshit will stop. Y'all check this out, okay? Because look at these ICE agents. Are they real or are they fake? Are they Proud Boys? Who are they? Y'all have a blessed day.
And then this one's my favorite. I don't know if you know this, but you guys have $858 million, again, almost $1 billion, okay, of money to give out bonuses to people. And so listen, bonuses are great when people do good work, but $858 million sounds like a lot of money. That's like a $40,000 bonus to every employee in all of ICE. So how about $500 million? How about $500 million for bonuses? Okay, we can do this together. We can show the American people there's like a little bit of waste here, little bit of waste. So I can help you capture, Mr. Chairman, $903 million. We can save $1 billion together. Show the American people we're serious.
Will the gentleman yield for a question?
Of course I will.
You raise a profoundly serious point in your inimitable way, Mr. Moskowitz. Well, the bonuses, that is a huge bonus budget.
Yeah.
What does that work out? Have you done the math to see what that works out in terms of bonus per ICE employee?
$42,000 for every employee in a bonus, in addition to their salary.
A $42,000 bonus?
Yeah, $42,000. And I, because you and I sometimes are symbiotic, you're probably going to ask me, what is the average bonus for the American worker in this country?
Do you know what that is?
It's $2,500.
That's the average Christmas bonus is $2,500?
The average Christmas bonus, because Christmas is back, the average Christmas bonus is $2,500, but they want to give $42,000. And what I would suggest in my amendment is instead of $42,000, they get $25,000. That sounds like a lot of money.
Well, it seems to me you've probably hit upon the one thing we really could effectuate a compromise on, although I don't know that we're going to be able to talk to them about it, but maybe they'll just vote for it.
I mean, listen, if no one there wants to talk, bring in Comer. He'll definitely talk to me.
Do you actually work for ICE?
No, not at all. Nope.
Explain the outfit.
It's $29.99 on Amazon. I would recommend buying a small if you're my size. This one's a little too loose for my liking. But yeah, if you want some entertainment, wear this and go to a Home Depot in a sanctuary city like where I live right now, Washington, D.C., and you'll see all the illegals. Not all of them, but you can maybe see a lot of them start to run away. And you feel like a group fitness instructor. It's really good.
And you actually think that's funny?
I think it's hilarious. Absolutely. What's not funny is them illegally...
There you have it, everybody. One of the worst people I've seen here at CPAC, and that's saying something.
He was about to say that what's not funny is people coming here illegally while he's literally admitting to doing something illegal, because impersonating a federal agent is a crime. This is not just a harmless prank. He could and should be fined or even go to jail for what he's doing. To be super clear, what he's doing here is not a joke. These are people's real fears, and he's using that to create entertainment for himself. The lack of humanity is wild, and one of the fears that we have in the community is folks impersonating ICE agents so they can take advantage of people. And Goofy over here just opened the door for folks, letting them know how he's doing it. I wish we could zoom in a little bit more to see his name, pero familia, I think we should hold him accountable.
Fake federal agents. It's a new worry for city officials in Huntington Park after police arrested this man, 24-year-old Fernando Diaz of Los Angeles.
Prompted serious concern about public safety, impersonation of federal agents, and the need for proper identification and vetting of legitimate federal enforcement activities.
During a press conference Friday, police unveiled key evidence that led to his Tuesday night arrest, including the suspect's vehicle, a gray Dodge Durango seen here filled with copies of passports, federal enforcement-style documents, cell phones, red and blue lights, and a loaded firearm parked on South Alameda Street in a handicapped spot. It was enough to almost fool police who...
I hope you ICE agents are having a great fucking time, because guess what? Democrats will be back in power sooner than you think, and when that happens, there will be investigations, hearings, trials, and convictions. You know when the shit hits the fan, your current coworkers will flip on you in a heartbeat to save their own asses. You motherfuckers will be held accountable for all the shit you are doing. Fucking losers!
They have agents harassing this man, asking him why he's scared, what he's scared of. Like, the whole fucking Trump administration isn't harassing and detaining immigrants, people who speak Spanish, isn't racially profiling people. Like, what do you mean, what does he have to be afraid of? That's actually kind of a fucking ridiculous question. Talking about what should he be afraid of when they got dozens of fucking suited up people to detain this single man who can't even fucking speak English, and they're speaking at him. They got guns, they got weapons, they got bulletproof vests, intimidating him in the corner away from his community, acting like he doesn't have anything to be afraid of. Like, it's crazy for him to be afraid right now. Like, he's a criminal. Like, he's in the wrong for being afraid. Like, he has something to be guilty for because he's here. And because he's a...
Two more men have been arrested for impersonating ICE agents. On our previous video, we talked about Sean Michael Johnson, but now we've also got Aiden Stegelman and Carl Bennett. 22-year-old Aiden out of Philadelphia was in a group of 3, but he was the only one that was caught. He's apparently a Temple University student, and last Saturday, him and a few other individuals wearing shirts that had white lettering saying police and ICE on them attempted to enter a residence hall on campus. Now, they were denied that entrance, and then they went to a local business. They were disruptive, so the police were called. He was arrested for impersonating a public servant, and he is on interim suspension at his university. And then you've got this POS right here. This is Carl Bennett. He is from Raleigh, and he decided to impersonate an ICE agent in order to actually assault a woman. So he basically told her that he was going to have her deported if she did not take part in these acts with him. It's not known if he has targeted anybody else at this time, but he was arrested at a Motel 6. He had made his own business cards with a badge on it, and I guess that's what he showed her. Of course, he's received a slew of charges as well. I feel like this is just the beginning of stories like this. Make sure you hit that favorite button so you can find your way back. Follow me so you can keep up to date with other current events. And in the event that TikTok goes dark, find me on Clapper. It has a format that is simple.
From Mexico?
You're going back.
A South Carolina man has been charged with kidnapping and impersonating a police officer after officials say he detained a group of Latino men in Charleston County, South Carolina. 33-year-old Sean Michael Johnson is accused of willfully and unlawfully presenting himself as an ICE agent and detaining a vehicle of individuals from moving, according to court records.
Parky. No, you cannot drive, bro. You have not a license. You have no license. We're going back.
In addition to taking their keys, Johnson also blocked the men's car with his van so they could not drive away, according to court documents.
You know, if you don't have a license, you cannot drive a car in the United States. No, it's over. It's over. Hey, don't be speaking that pig Latin in my country, bro. Be speaking that pig Latin here.
Johnson was charged with 3 counts of kidnapping and 1 count each of impersonating a law enforcement officer, petty larceny, assault, and battery, according to jail records. The men in the vehicle are not facing charges, according to local police.
Have fun.
Johnson posted a bond of over $230,000 and was released from jail, according to online court records. In a court appearance, his family pleaded with the judge, saying that their son has mental health issues and has tried to get